Education, Secretive by Shivshakti Sir. English, PYQ. Most V.V.I question for 2026. Prose. Chapter -01 A Letter to God. Why did Lenko write a letter to God? How did he send the letter? How did the post office employees help Lenko? How did Lenko react to their help? What did Lenko have faith in? What did he do? Or, what did Lenko write to God? How did he send the letter? What did the postmaster do after reading the letter? Or, why does the postmaster send money to Lenko? Why does he sign the letter God? Chapter -02 Nelson Mandela, Long Walk to Freedom. Where did the ceremonies take place? Can you name any public buildings in India that are made of sandstone? What twin obligations does Mandela mention? What two obligations is the author talking about? What? Or, which twin obligation does every man have in life? When did the author hunger for freedom? What are his views about freedom, the oppressor, and the oppressed? Or, how did Mandela's hunger for freedom change his life? Chapter 032 Stories about Flying. Describe how the young seagull made his first flight. As seen through the eyes of the mother seagull. As seen by his brothers and sister. As observed by you from the beach below. Why was the young seagull afraid to fly? Chapter 04 From the Diary of Anne Frank. Why does Anne want to keep a diary? Anne says teachers are most unpredictable. Is Mr. Keesing unpredictable? How? Paper has more patience than people. Elucidate. Was Anne an intelligent girl? Give instances in support of your answer. Or, write the character sketch of Anne. Give a brief sketch of Anne's life. Chapter 05 A Baker from Goa. Where were the monthly accounts of the baker recorded? In Goan village, a baker enjoys an important position. Explain. Or, how is bread an important part of a Goan life? Chapter 05 2 Coorg. Where is Coorg? What is Coorg famous for? Or, what is the main crop of Coorg? Chapter 05 3 Tea from Assam. What is the origin of tea as given in the chapter? How did it become a world beverage? Or, what is the legend of tea as given in the chapter? Chapter 06 Mitchell the Otter. How did Mitchell spend most of his time? Chapter 07 Madam rides the bus. What was Valley's favorite pastime? Why does the conductor call Valley Madam? What was Valley's deepest desire? What did she do to fulfill it? Or, how did Valley plan her bus ride? What did she find out about the bus, and how did she find the fare? Or, what was Valley's dream? How did it come true? Or, how did Valley save up money for her first journey? Was it easy for her? Poetry. Dust of snow. What does poet say that changed his mood? What happened when the dust of snow fell on the oct? What mood was the poet in before it? Chapter 01 2 fire and ice. What do the people say about the ending of the world? What is the poet's stand? How will the world end twice? Chapter 02 A Tiger in the Zoo. How does the tiger walk in the cage? How is he? How does the tiger terrify the villagers? How does the tiger behave at night? Chapter 03 I. How to tell wild animals. How does the poet describe a chameleon? How does the poet suggest that you identify the lion and the tiger? When can you do so, according to him? How does the Bengal tiger look? What is so distinct about him? Chapter 03-2 The Ball Poem. What does the poet say the boy is learning from the loss of the ball? Where has the boy lost his ball? What is the effect of the loss on his mind? Chapter 04 Amanda. Is Amanda an orphan? Why does she say that? How old do you think Amanda is? How do you know this? What does the girl years for? What does this poem tell you about Amanda? Chapter 05 Animals. Why does the poet think to live with animals? Why does the poet think to live with animals? How do the animals act about their conditions, sins, and God? What does the poet think of the tokens which came to the animals? Mention 3 things that humans do and animals don't. Chapter 06 The Trees. What does the poet compare their branches to? What happens to the house when the trees move out of it? Chapter 07 Fog. Describe how the fog comes and what form it assumes. How is the fog like a cat? What 3 things suggest it? Chapter 08 The Tale of Custard the Dragon. Why did Custard cry for a nice safe cage? Why is the dragon called Cowardly Dragon? Where did Belinda live? Who else lived with her? How did the dragon look in appearances? Supplementary Reader. Chapter 01 A Triumph of Surgery. How did Dr. Ario show keen interest in Tricky? Or, how did the author, Dr. Ario, treat Tricky at the surgery? Why was Mr. Ario shocked at Tricky's appearance? Why was it a temptation to keep Tricky as a permanent guest? Or, what is Doctor tempted to keep Tricky on as a permanent guest? Chapter 02 The Thief's Story. What was Hari Singh's daily routine at Anil's house? Or, what work did the thief, Hari Singh, do for Anil? Chapter 03 The Midnight Visitor. Why did Max enter Ausable's room? How did he do so? Who was Fowler? Why did he enter Ausable's room? Who was Max? Why did he enter Ausable's room? How did Ausable get rid of Max? Chapter 04 A Question of Trust. Why is Horace Danby described as good and respectable but not completely honest? Why did Horace rob every year? Was he a typical thief? Give a character sketch of Horace Danby. Or, who was Horace Danby? What kind of a person was he? Chapter 05 Footprints Without Feet. Who was Griffin and what type of a man was he? Who was Griffin and what type of a man was he? What other extraordinary things happen at the inn? Why was Griffin wandering in the streets? Griffin was rather a lawless person. Comment. Give a character sketch of Griffin. Chapter 06 The Making of a Scientist. How did Abe Wright's mother encourage him? Chapter 07 The Necklace. What was the cause of Matilda's ruin? How could she have avoided it? Why was Matilda unhappy? What did Matilda do to replace the necklace? Give the character sketch of Matilda. What were the reasons which caused a great suffering to Matilda? Chapter 09 Polly. Why did the marriage of Polly not take place? Why is Polly's father worried about her? Why do Polly's parents accept Bishambre's marriage proposal? Discuss the role of the teacher in molding the personality of Polly. Give a character sketch of Polly. Paragraph